Well, hello, and welcome to this English lesson about fresh starts and new beginnings. Before I help you learn some phrases, though, to talk about fresh starts, let me teach you two phrases we use to talk about something that is ending. Here in Ontario, Canada, summer break is ending. Summer vacation is ending. It is coming to a close. So when you say something is coming to a close, it means that it is ending. The other phrase we sometimes use is to say it is winding down. Summer break is starting to wind down. Summer break is winding down. People are starting to think more about the new school year and less about having fun every day because they're on vacation. So those are two phrases we use to talk about something that is ending. In this lesson, though, I'm going to talk about English phrases we use when we're starting something new or when we start doing something again. Maybe something we used to do and we're going to start doing it again after a break. Before we get to the lesson, though, I do want to thank Preply, the sponsor of this video. If you want to have a fresh start with your English learning, Preply is a great place to find an English tutor to give you one-on-one English lessons. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below, and if you use that link, you'll get 50% off your first lesson. The first phrase I wanted to teach you, I've already used a couple times, and it's even in the title, and it's the phrase, a fresh start. A fresh start refers to when you start something again, but a few things have changed. When you go back to school after summer vacation, it's a fresh start because you'll have new teachers and you'll probably be in a new classroom. You can even use this to talk about work. If you move from one department to another, you'll have a fresh start because you'll probably have a new manager. And we can also use fresh start to talk about a bigger change. If you leave your current school and go to a new school, you'll have a fresh start. You'll have all new friends and all new teachers. If you quit your job and start a new job, you'll have a fresh start. It will be very refreshing to have a fresh start. You'll have a new boss, a new manager, and your workplace will be different as well. So when you say a fresh start, it means starting something again, or changing something and starting something again, where a lot of things have changed. So we all have hobbies. Maybe your hobby is golf. But with hobbies, sometimes you lose interest and you don't do it for a while, and then for some reason you decide to start doing it again. There are two English phrases I would use to describe that situation. I would say you decided to get back into something, or you decided to pick something back up. Maybe you used to play golf and you haven't played for 2 years and you just found your golf clubs in the garage. I could say this, you've decided to get back into golf. You've decided to pick golf back up again. So sometimes with hobbies you lose interest, sometimes you have a renewed interest and you decide to get back into it, or you decide to pick it back up. Did you know that falling in love isn't just used to talk about people? You can fall in love with something again. You can fall in love with working out. You can fall in love with gardening. When talking about hobbies or activities that you haven't done for a while, you can say that you have fallen in love with it again. Maybe you used to go to the gym and you haven't been for a while and you started going again. You could say to someone, you know what, I've fallen in love with working out again. It's really enjoyable and it really makes me feel good. So falling in love isn't just used to talk about people. You can fall in love with something again when you start doing it again. Maybe you're looking for a fresh start with your English learning. If that's the case, I highly recommend that you visit Preply. At Preply, you can find an English tutor that will help you refocus your energy on learning English. They will help you rediscover why you fell in love with learning English in the first place. And if you use the link in the description below, you'll get 50% off your first lesson. I actually used Preply a few years ago when I wanted to have a fresh start in my career. I was teaching computer classes and I wanted to get back into teaching French, but I needed to kind of work on my French language skills a bit. I visited Preply and I was able to find 3 different tutors who helped me in an enormous way to bring my French up to the level it needed to be in order to teach it again. So if you want to improve your English, if you want personalized one-on-one lessons, visit Preply today. Look for a tutor who will help you prepare for that next test or for that trip you're going to go on, or maybe a job you're applying for. And I think you will find that it's very, very worthwhile. Link is in the description. 50% off your first lesson if you use that link to sign up. So it's been raining as I try to make this English lesson, which has been a little bit annoying, but it's also so good. The rain will breathe new life into this grass. Look how brown it is, and into the trees. The trees have been wilting a bit. It has been very, very dry here, but the rain will breathe new life into everything. We use this English phrase for other things as well. You can use it to talk about things you do. If you're bored with learning English, listening to English music can breathe new life into your English learning. It can make it feel more alive and fun and enjoyable. By the way, finding an English tutor can breathe new life into your English learning as well. It's a great thing to do. You can also use this to talk about things like relationships. Maybe you and your partner aren't getting along very well. Going out on a date will really help breathe new life into your relationship. It can make it more exciting and more fun again. So the English phrase to breathe new life into is used to talk about something that isn't very alive or fun or enjoyable, and then something that you do makes it fun, enjoyable, and alive again. So a long time ago, Jen and I lived in town, but then eventually we moved to the farm, and then I had a renewed interest in farming. As a child, when I lived on the farm, I really enjoyed farming. It was something I was interested in, but I became a teacher and eventually lived in town. When I moved back, though, I had a renewed interest. When you have a renewed interest in something, it means you used to be interested in it, you didn't do it for a while, and now you are interested in it again. Right now, during the summer, I always have a renewed interest in reading. In the winter, when it's really cold outside, I have a renewed interest in playing video games. So, if there's something that you used to be very interested in, and you haven't done it for a while, and now you've started doing it again, we would describe it by saying you have a renewed interest in that thing. So it's quite possible that you have nothing new starting in your life and nothing is winding down. And I have a couple phrases for you as well. These are phrases we use to talk about things that you keep doing and to tell people to keep doing it well. I would use the phrase to soldier on and to stay the course. When you tell someone to soldier on, it means keep doing it, stay at it, you got this. When you tell someone to stay the course, it's like they're on a journey and you're telling them to keep going to the place they're trying to get to. With your English learning, I would encourage you to soldier on. Keep watching the YouTube videos. Keep doing the things you do to improve your English. Stay the course. Stay on track so that eventually your English will just keep getting better and better. So if you're not starting anything new and nothing is winding down, I still encourage you, stay the course and soldier on. So I thought I should come back here and mention that this isn't the school where I work. This is, however, a very typical school here in Ontario, Canada. This is a large public high school. I think about 1,500 students go here. The school I work at is a little bit smaller. If you remember though, at the beginning of the lesson, I said the summer is beginning to come to a close. The summer is beginning to wind down. Two phrases we use to talk about something that is ending. And there's two other phrases we use to talk about something that is beginning. I would say this, in 2 weeks, the school year here and at all the schools is going to kick off. It's kind of like a sports reference. The school year will kick off on September 2nd, the day after Labor Day, which is a holiday here. In order for that to be a successful kickoff, the teachers need to ramp up the amount of work that they're doing. I haven't really worked on planning for the school year, but this week I need to ramp up the amount of time I spend thinking about and planning for the start of the school year. When you ramp up, it means you're doing something or working at a relatively slow pace or not at all, and you have to go to a very fast pace. So the summer is coming to a close. The summer is winding down. In order for us to have a successful kickoff of the new school year, teachers need to ramp up the amount of work that they're doing. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching this English lesson about fresh starts and new beginnings. Remember, if you're interested in finding an English tutor, there's a link in the description below to Preply, a great place to find an English tutor to take your learning to the next level. And if you use that link today, you'll get 50% off your first lesson. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, and please do consider becoming a member. There's a join button or a subscribe plus button below, and if you click that, you'll get all the information you need to make your decision. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week with another English lesson. Bye.